Within Within today evening, we will try our best to come to a peaceful solution, but it may take 2 to 3 days. It is too early, but we will go and discuss this matter with the Honorable President.
Let's analyze this latest development with political analyst Faham Abdus Salam. Faham, good to see you. So, listening to the army chief, there's this one thing that really stands out for me. Correct me if I'm wrong. The army was not expecting Sheikh Hasina to resign because if they were, they would have a plan in place, a transitional plan in place. But the fact that he says he needs some time to figure out how the country is going to move forward goes to show that the army was taken by surprise.
It's difficult to say because General Waker-Uz-Zaman, he happens to be is married to cousin of Sheikh Hasina. So there is this relationship dimension to this, and he is viewed in Bangladesh as generally a good person. Again, it's difficult to explain, but within the military, the level of politicization was so grotesque during Hasina regime that among that upper echelon of military generals, he was viewed as a good person. Now, but he's also viewed as an indecisive leader. That is the general perception of people in Bangladesh. Now, from that point in view, having that point of view, I would say that people knew that and generally expected that Sheikh Hasina would resign, but they were unsure how these things would happen. Now, once she is left, I think that discussion has started that how this interim government would look like. But we have spoken about this for last 6-7 days, that there would be an interim government and we need to talk about it. And I'm quite certain that that discussion was there, but we are not sure at this stage that how it would look. Because there is huge expectation that Professor Yunus would lead this government. I'm not sure that whether that's actually going to happen or not, but there is an expectation for that.
Right. I want to bring in two important updates that we have just received. Bangladesh's Sheikh Hasina has landed in India's eastern city of Agartala, and that's according to CNN News 18, citing sources. So this is an update that we have just received, and the same channel, the CNN News 18, citing sources, says that India is set to offer safe passage to Bangladesh's Sheikh Hasina. So certainly a significant development here. Faham?
Yes, we were expecting this, but yeah, but it did happen, and I was thinking that he would probably first go to India, and but again, I say that India will not host Sheikh Hasina because she is very toxic in many different ways. And if you host Sheikh Hasina, you basically invite trouble. So I'm not sure that where she would go from here on, but
according to the sources, according to the latest reports that I'm seeing on the wires right now, CNN News 18, a local news channel in India, it says India is set to offer safe passage to Sheikh Hasina. I mean, is that an indication that this is where she is going to be from this point onwards? Because, you know, speaking to protesters, and this is what Faham Abdus Salam was telling us out of Dhaka as well, that some people were expecting her to go to London.
Yeah, that's what we think. And whether she would live in UK, I don't think that's going to happen. Because the diaspora community in Britain, as we were speaking, I am receiving a lot of messages, and I see the one thing again and again, that she cannot live in UK. So these are people, activists from UK, and they don't want her to have return to normalcy, so to speak. So yeah, I don't think she would be able to live in UK for long.
Right. And assuming that these reports are true and she has landed in India, what do you think this tells us about the relationship between Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Hasina?
Prime Minister Modi would forget her in a few hours. So you see, no one wants to host leaking boat, and and he would certainly not remember her from here on. So she's a lost cause, basically, and it was not very prudent from Modi's part that he supported Sheikh Hasina, because Sheikh Hasina was extremely unpopular. And one of the main reasons why Sheikh Hasina stayed in power for so long was India's support. And I don't know what would be the effect of this for India-Bangladesh relationship. But hosting Hasina will certainly not be viewed by ordinary Bangladeshis as a good gesture.
Faham, I want to talk about one of the statements made by the military chief. He said, and I'm quoting him here, "Won't need martial law if peace returns to Bangladesh." And he also pledged an investigation into death of protesters. So the fact that he said, "won't need martial law if peace returns to Bangladesh," I mean, should we read between the lines here, or am I reading too much?
Yeah. No, I mean, there is no appetite for military rule. I mean, you have to realize that military is not very popular in Bangladesh because of their association with Sheikh Hasina. That's the reason. It used to be very popular 15 years ago, but it's no longer a very popular, popular is not the right word. I mean, it's not a very trusted organization. Now, the fact that Sheikh Hasina has left, things would change. Now, I would expect the one way to gain trust of ordinary people is immediately start the trial of those senior officials who were responsible for this mass murder.